Good morning, ladies and gents. Thanks for tuning in to a full market scan brought to you by FTX. If you don't have an FTX account, then feel free to use the link in the description below and you'll receive 10% off your trading fees. Okay, interesting time over the weekend. I was actually away down in Melbourne watching some football and watching the boxing, so I didn't really look at the markets over the weekend, but it looks like I didn't miss too much. Let's get into this. First things first, Bitcoin. For this scan, I'm going to have the daily chart on this side, the 4-hour chart on this side. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to see if we do have any daily trends, right? So any form of trend on the daily or price direction on the daily, and then we go down and we look at the 4-hour, and the 4-hour can generally give us an indication if there is a trend lower than the 4. So we will have a look. Good afternoon, Daniel, Bobby. Oh, you were at the boxing as well, Bobby? Nice. Yeah, it was a good fight, but unfortunate about the outcome, but all in all, it was a pretty good day. So Bitcoin, still, we tried to pop out of that range. We came back into that range, and now it looks like we're testing this level again. There's nothing really on Bitcoin at the moment for me. We don't have a trend on the 4. Yeah, we are popping out of this level. We need to see a nice solid close like we did here, and hopefully push on higher. Yeah, I was met a lot of Sydney heads. I was flying down on, when was it, Saturday morning, and there was a lot of people from Sydney heading down to watch the fight. So yeah, nothing really on Bitcoin. 1 inch. What do we have? So no daily trend. We do have a bit of a lower high, sorry. A little bit of a lower low, but not really. It's more or less crab walking. The 4-hour, let's have a look. No trend on the 4. Yeah, look, we can go lower, but look, there's nothing there. Look at that, crab walking sideways. So nothing really there for us on 1 inch. I feel this is my second scan for the day, so there was nothing this morning that really jumped out at me. Still, we need a little bit more direction in the markets before I'll be looking at trading. AVE is one of the few that does have a nice daily trend. So we've got a higher high, higher low, higher high. We've pulled back. We didn't have this candle here this morning, obviously. So we were still waiting on the confirmation of the bottom. So if we do get this nice close, I'd be convinced that was a new high low. At the moment, so the 4-hour, there's no trend. We look at the 1, but there's nothing there. See, no trend. So during these scans, we are looking for trends. We're looking for cradle trades only. For those that are in the community, you do have 2 other strategies out there that you can use, but for these YouTube scans, we're just focused on the cradle. And for the cradle, we need nice trends, and unfortunately, the majority of the market doesn't have nice trends. So ADA, daily, had a pop up, we've moved sideways. 4-hour, overall sideways. Adventure Gold, again sideways on the daily. The 4 is not showing too much. Let's have a look at the 1. Yeah, not a clean trend, so we'll be waiting on Adventure Gold. Alchemix sideways, 4-hour. Oh, not the best. Yeah, no trend either. I'm actually a Hawthorn fan for AFL, so I went down and ended up watching the Sydney-Melbourne match, which is a really good match. Probably a good thing I didn't watch the Hawthorn match. They ended up losing, I think. So glad I set that one out. Algo, daily, sideways, 4-hour. Might have a little bit of a trend. Yeah, nothing. So we need really nice trends on this 4-hour. Most people in their trading plan have that they need a trend on the daily or at a very minimum the 4-hour. Some people say the one, they're a little bit more risky. If you're happy to trade the 1 hour with the trend with no trend on the 4, go for it. But that's not my trading style. It's a little bit too risky for me. So nothing there on Alice. Alpha, sideways daily, and yeah, no trend there. Old perp is moving sideways. We do have a level up here that we've tested numerous times, but that doesn't help us out for today. Ample fall. So ample fall is a nice example of what I'd like to see on Bitcoin. Stuck in this range, we get a nice daily close above, and then we stay above and move high. So that's what I'm really hoping to see on Bitcoin in the coming days. Anchor, yeah, nothing there. Apecoin, fallen from its high of about $40 down to $6. But yeah, no trend there. Nothing there for us. Arweave. Bit of a range, we bounced off this support level. Have a look lower, we might have a level for a pullback. Bit of a level there. Questionable trend, high, high, low, pushed up. If we get a pullback, in and around that level, we may have something. We need a trend on the 2. Yeah, bit of a trend on the 2. So, Arweave, I think it's really thinly traded. Oh no, it's not too bad. Arweave, a potential opportunity. I'll throw that in, and we'll see what we've got at the end. ASD, very thin, no trend. Daily on Atlas, very sideways, and no trend on the 4. Yeah, I prefer the daily in agreement for the lowers unless it's acceptable. Yeah, exactly, Bobby. Well done. Trend on the daily, trend on the 4 at a minimum. We will get there. It feels like the last few weeks, the last few months almost, haven't really had workable trends, but our time will come. As we saw last year, on the run up to our all-time high, we saw fabulous trends all the way up. So we do just have to remain patient. So Atom, look at that for a level. We are seeing a lot of convergence as well on the daily, which is a good sign. But no trends on the daily. Nothing there on the 4. I'll have a look at the 1 just for, yeah, nothing there. Audio, sideways. 4 hour, we've gone from low to high. AVAX. No trend on either time frame. Axie, same thing, no trend. Badger, look at that. Could you get a more sideways market over the last week? Nothing there on Badger for us. Balancer. No trend on the daily. And the 4, it's gone from high to low to high, so no trend. We need that pullback on the 4. Band. Nothing on the daily. And the 4 hour is no trend either. So I feel like I'm repeating myself, and I probably am, but we know what we're looking for. We're looking for those nice trends on the daily, the nice trends on the 4. We just don't have them. Bats, stuck in this range. We need to break out to the upside or the downside, and we will have some trends to work with. But for the time being, nothing. BCH, nothing. BitDAO is very thinly traded, so if you are looking to trade that, just be careful because you may have a lot of slippage in and out. BNB, very sideways on the daily, and look, no trend on the 4. BNT. May I have something lower? Yeah, no. Nothing for us, Bobber. Very sideways on that daily. How long has this sideways period been? Was it coming up for a month now? Yeah, so the past month we've just been sideways. And can you imagine trying to take trades in here, after we had been sideways for a few days, and trying to trade, it's hindsight, right? So it's easy to look back. but there's nothing to say that this won't continue. That's why we're waiting for that direction. So trying to trade in periods like this, no thank you. No thank you. You're just risking your capital for nothing really. BRZ, nothing there. BSV, oh, we do have a nice daily trend, you know, high, 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 low. We've broken the previous high. So we can have a little look lower. There's nothing on the daily for us. Let's have a look at the 8. Ooh. Not the best looking price action. Yeah, nothing for us on Bitcoin SV. BitTorrent, nothing there for us. Alright. What's the indicator? Yeah, that's the MACD down the bottom. Yeah, Chuck, so with the MACD, we just use the one line, so the MACD. I'll quickly show you what you can do. So when you use the indicator and you put in the MACD, it comes up with 3 lines. So the histogram, signal, and the MACD. So we only use the MACD. So you can uncheck those and you'll be left with one line. C98. Overall sideways. Movement on the 4. Yeah, but a very questionable trend. Looks like we're off to a good start today. There's a lot of green out there. A lot of decent numbers too. Cake, sideways, nothing there on the 4. Cello. Sideways. After my scan this morning, there was a number of tokens that had an 8-hour trend. So a low, high, low. We were pulling back, but it's overshot that cradle zone, so there'll be nothing there for us. All right, Celsius. Nothing there for Celsius. Chromia. Yeah, nothing there. Look at that. The 4 hours are very sideways. These, I'm really enjoying seeing these 4-hour green candles. Nothing there on chilies, clover, sideways, and sideways. Comp is the same. Convergence. Bit of a trend, but it's very thin. If you don't know what I mean by thin, the volume can be very low. So what that means is, you know, your candles end up looking like this. They don't have a nice body. They get very wicky. And what that means for trading is that you get slippage. So if you entered, say, let's say that was your entry candle or something, you can get entered in very quickly with a lot of slippage. So say you wanted your entry there, see how this candle just wicked down really quickly, you may get slippage and get a fill here. So that's what slippage is. We don't want that. Cream, nothing there for us. Chronos or crypto.com, nothing there. Did you see all the advertising for crypto at the boxing, Bobby? Seeing it, beginning to see it everywhere. I was also watching the Formula One a few weeks ago, and they've got nice big Bybit advertising on their wings. Nothing there for CRV, CUSD, nothing there. Sideways, CVC, sideways, and no trend on the 4. CXV, nothing there. Dash, very sideways. If you are that way inclined, there's a number, I shouldn't say a number, there was a handful of tokens out there that had a bit of a resistance level here. It looks like we've broken through that, so break and pull back to those levels may be an option. Dawn, nothing there. Oh, I'm filling in for Craig today as well, because if anyone was on the live scan this morning in the live trading floor, he started off well and got quite sick through that scan. So he normally does these full FTX scans, but yeah, he's sick today. Yeah, we are growing. A bit of level there on dent. No real trend on the daily. 4 hour, yeah, no trend. Nothing there. Doge. Nothing there. Dot. Nothing. We really need those trends. You know, the dailies are very sideways and the market is moving, but we do need a trend on the 4 before we can have a real good look lower for any trends. Nothing there. Eden, sideways. This was one that looked like it was, yeah, trending nice on the 8, so lower low, lower high, lower low, pulling back on the 8 hour into that cradle zone. But it always pays to have a look at the higher time frames. You know, it looks like we may have some support down here, so strong rejection here, nothing to say that we won't reject here. So if you're taking a cradle to go short in this area down, I would reconsider. Elrond, nothing there. Engine, nothing there either. ENS, we can skip. EOS, very sideways. ETC, yeah, nothing there for us. ETH, looks like it has found some support. Test. Almost a triple bottom for those that know what that is. Nothing there on the 4, but shorting into that level, I would not. Exchange per, still in that range, we need to break out. Feeder, very sideways. Filecoin, very sideways. Flamingo, another one that needs to break out of that range. Flow, very sideways. These scans can tend to get a little bit boring when the market is very slow. Bit of a level there on Phantom, but nothing for us to trade at the moment. FTT, no trend on the daily. You know, we did have a low, but it was barely a low from the previous low, so we are just pulling back into that cradle zone. The 4 hour, yeah, nothing there. We can skip. FXS, nothing there for us. Gala, sideways and sideways. Moonbeam, quite sideways on the daily. Does look like we've got not a tradable level, but a resistance level here where we've tested, we've rejected there, tested. A level of interest, I would say, a push up through that level and a pullback may be something to consider, but that won't be today. GMT, nothing there. GRT. Do we have a trend? I mean, we have a trend there on the daily. High, 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 low, high, high, pulling back. Bit of a trend forming, but the moving averages need a lot more work. GST, nothing there. Hedera. Yeah, have a good day, Bobby. We will let you know if anything comes up in the community. Very sideways on the daily and no trend on the 4. Same for HNT, holy. Not a bad looking daily trend, but very divergent, sorry. And nothing there. Holo. Nothing there on Holo, HT Perp. Nothing. For those that are new to these scans, they're not always like this. I know it feels like, you know, the last week, 2 weeks, almost a month they have been, but we just need trends, you know. We're trend traders, and when there's no trend, it's very hard to trade. ICX. Level there on the daily. 4, there's nothing there. We just need to break out of that level before there'll be anything for us. Immutable X, great Australian project, I believe. Nothing. Yeah, we do have a daily trend. High, 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 low, high, high. Pulling back, we've got that low now. We can look lower on this 4. It's a lack of trend. I mean, that 2 doesn't look too bad. High, low, high, 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 low. We're pushed up. Nice big statement green candle. Pull back into a cradle zone on the 2. 4. The moving averages do need a little bit more work. The trend's a little bit questionable, but could be one to watch. IOST. Very sideways. IOTA, same thing. Jasmine coin, same thing. No trend. Carver, same again. Nothing. We can skip it. KBTT, same again. Nothing there on Kin, KNC. Same thing. Kilo, very sideways. KSM, we can probably throw a line in here. Another one, bit stuck in a range. We need to break out of that range before I'd be looking to trade that. KSO, nothing there for us. Leo, no thank you. Lena, yeah, nothing there. Link, daily, yeah, we've got a trend there on the daily. Would you say that's a trend on the 4? Well, I mean, not really. Double level through there. Yeah, we're lacking that trend on the 8 for looking for trades on the 4. Looks rare. Daily downtrend 4. Probably the 8 looks a bit better. Now we do have a trend on the 8. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Pulling back. So a trend on the 16 as well. I think I can throw that in. There's nothing there immediately, but there is a trend. Nothing there on LRC. Litecoin is doing nothing. Mana. Very, very sideways maps. Nothing there. Matic. Another one very sideways. We need a trend. MCB. Yeah, just the chart structure just isn't worth looking at. Mid, very sideways. Mina or Mina, nothing there. MKR. Do we have a trend? Oh, do we? We've got a lower low, lower high. We don't really have another lower low, so there's nothing there for us. Mango, nothing. Mobile coin, very, very sideways. MTA, nothing there. Metal perp, very sideways on the daily. Nothing there. MVDA, nothing. MVDA, 25, nothing. Near, we tried to break out, didn't get that, and we're just continue our journey sideways. Neo may potentially be a level forming on Neo, but not yet, and nothing there for us. OKB, very sideways. OMG, same again. One perp, same again. ONT, yeah, nothing there. What's this? Optimism. Nothing there on optimism. Orbs, we are creeping up on that daily, but it does look very thin. Oxy, very sideways again. Pax Gold. Another one with no trend. Looks like a heartbeat. People. Or constitutional Dow. Quite sideways on that daily and a very large lack of trend on that 4. Perp, nothing there. Polis, nothing there. Priv. Quite sideways on that daily. 4 hour. Nothing there. Pundi X. Daily, nothing there. So if you haven't taken a trade for a few weeks, I think you've done the right thing in my opinion. Sitting out, conserving that capital while the market decides its next move. It can be frustrating, but this idea that traders trade all the time and that there's trades available every day is, I think, just a myth. We wait for the perfect opportunity. Nothing there. Ren, very sideways. Nothing there on render. Ronin, nothing on Ronin. Rook, very sideways. Rose, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of sideways momentum. Reserve rights. We started, we began looking like we were trending on this daily. We had a high and a low. I would have liked to see this high move a little bit more higher with a clean pullback. We didn't quite get that, and we've just continued sideways. Rune, another one, no trend there. Sand, bit of a level up ahead. If we are to move higher, a break through that level is what we need, but trading up into that level, I would advise against it. Nothing there on Seer Coin. Secret Perp, nothing there. Seco, nice daily downtrend. I mean, the 12, that's probably, it would have to be the daily if you are to look at a trade there, but very divergent, so we can skip that. Shiba, nothing there. Shit perp, very sideways. Scale, same again. Smooth Love Potion, very, very sideways. Synthetics, no real trend on that daily, and very messy on that 4. Solana, nice daily downtrend, but divergent. SOS, nothing, and it's very thin. Spell, very sideways. SRM, Serum, nothing there for us. Siren. Step, very average looking daily chart, so we can skip that. Storm X, no trend on that 4. Nothing there. Stacks, very, very sideways. Sushi, oh, don't know what's done that. Delete that level. We can take it out of the list. We do have a daily trend. High, 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 low, high, high. We do have a low. Nothing there for us on the daily though. But it does open us up to having a look lower. Yeah, we don't have a trend on the 4, but I'd be more comfortable to take a trade to the long side on those lower time frames, considering the dailies in an uptrend. But there's nothing there. Swipe, no thank you. Theta, nothing there for us. Alien Worlds, Tomo, sideways. We did have a level. We can delete that. Bit of a trend forming. No, not really. Ton coin, nothing there for us. True. Very sideways. Tron. Bilera, nothing there for us. Tulip. The daily needs a lot more work. Uniperp. Look at that. Very, very sideways. Uniswap. We do have an 8-hour trend. Oh, the pullbacks, we need cleaner pullbacks, and that's not a pullback, it's just sideways momentum. USDT, we can skip VeChain, still stuck in that range. Waves, nothing there. Tether Gold, XEM, very, very sideways. XLM. And a nice pop up, and we'll just move sideways. Yeah, we can skip that. XMR, nothing there. XRP. No thank you. XTZ. Very sideways. DeFi money hasn't recovered from its crash. And Yearn Finance. Nothing there for us. Zcash. Sideways. Zilliqa. Bouncing on that level. The 4-hour, there's no trend. Nothing there. Alright, so that's a scan of the FTX perp pairs. Unfortunately, we do have a lack of trend on the daily and the 4-hour. Bitcoin looks to be 4% on Bitcoin. That's pretty good effort so far. The only ones that we do have that are worth looking at, in my opinion, it's AVE. We do have a nice daily trend. Nothing lower, but if we do get nice trends forming on these lower time frames, I'd be more inclined to take them because of the daily trend direction. Arweave, yeah, bit of a trend forming, a pullback onto that level could be something to consider. Failing that, just a standard cradle pullback. IMX, bit of a trend forming on the 1. I think it was the 2 looked better. Yeah, I think the 2-hour time frames look better. And the 4, yeah, look, the price is moving up. We don't really have a trend, but the 2, could potentially provide something, but I wouldn't be taking a full % risk on that. Looks, what do we have? It was the 8-hour, I believe. Yeah, so a trend on the 8-hour, lower low, lower high, lower low, a pullback into that cradle zone could be something to consider. It won't be anytime soon, but it's in the list for that reason. So yeah, bit of a small list. In my opinion, I think it's a day to sit out of the markets and just let the market do its thing. Let's see if Bitcoin can stay above this level. It's trying again. A nice daily candle close above that level, and then in a best case scenario, pull back onto that level, be perfect. But only time will tell. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you again next time.